understand. But with that, let's also welcome in our guest for the day, Nilesh Jain, Head AVP Technical and Derivative Research at Centrum Broking, and Rajesh Agarwal, Head Research at AUM Capital, joining us now. Welcome to both of you, gentlemen, and thank you so much for taking out the time. And a very good morning to the both of you. I'll take up the first question, which is from Chandan Jain, who's writing us from Hubli, Karnataka. And he has a query on Unimec, and he's asking whether this is a good buy at the current levels, or maybe he can continue to buy in staggered manner or not. Rajesh, I'll take this up with you. What's the view like?
Good morning, Mahima. Good morning, everybody on the panel. I'm sorry we don't track this, so I won't be able to give any views on this.
Sure, no worries. Nilesh, enough data on the charts?
And data are indicating that the setup looks weak, and we may see a fall off on the lower side towards 850 to 800 as well. So not advisable to take any counterweight at present level. The structure is looking weak, and we may see fall off on the lower side to continue.
All right, okay, so that's the view coming in on Unimec Aerospace. For viewers who are tuning in, you can send your queries on WhatsApp and also call us on the number that's flashing on your screen up there. The next question that we have is from Nivendu Sharma. He's wanting to know if this is the right time to make an entry into something like a Brigade Hotels at the current price of 62 or 63 odd rupees. Right now it's trading at around 60 odd rupees. But this versus the IPO price of course 90 rupees. Would it be the right bet in the hospitality space, or something like an ITC Hotels or Lemon Tree Hotels is preferred? Rajesh, what's the view like?
See, hospitality as a sector is going to do well in the long run because of the kind of demand which we are witnessing in the entire hospitality space, I would say, with rooms not being added on the same pace as the demand is. Average room rent has gone up, but government's focus on developing tourism and all is helping, and not to forget the marriage season and the corporate bookings. But Brigade, I don't think would be a better choice in the entire space. As you said it right, ITC Hotels or a Lemon Tree Hotel in the mid-cap space are better. We have seen ITC Hotel given very good numbers day before yesterday, or maybe yesterday, if I'm not wrong. The numbers were pretty good. They have good expansion plan, almost debt-free balance sheet, and belonging to the ITC group. I think this stock can go to around 30 to 40 odd rupees in the next 12 to 18 months. So that's a better choice, I would say.
The next query is coming in from Manoj Sharma from Bareilly, and it's on PTC India. He wants to know whether it's a right time to enter this counter. Any view on this, Rajesh, PTC India?
See, the company is doing very well. It gives out good dividend. Numbers are good. And with the kind of correction which the stock has written in the recent past, I think the valuations are also good. Somebody looking for a time horizon of maybe 1 year, it's a good entry point.
Okay, all right. So that's the view coming in on PTC India. The next question that we have is from Raghuraman, who's writing us from Chennai. He's holding around 100 shares of NMDC at an average price of 54. And he wants to know as to what are the future prospects of this company and whether he can continue to hold or not. Rajesh, what's the view like?
Mahima, just to clarify, is it NMDC or NMDC Steel? Because 54, I think it should be NMDC Steel.
It is NMDC Steel, yes.
See, I don't think it's a right choice to continue holding to this stock. The government has said that it was a divested stake, but then the denial came. The numbers are not that great. There are better choices in the entire steel space, I would say. One can switch to either Jindal Steel and Power or a Tata Steel for better returns.
Right. The next query is coming in from... Okay, the next is a caller query coming in from Hyderabad. Dheeraj, you can go ahead and ask your query.
Good morning, sir. My query is regarding United Breweries. So I would like to, I'm holding 65 shares at 1520, sir. So the stock is at all-time lows. So the stock price currently is like 3 years before the same price is there. So I would like to hold it until the summer quarter, like the next quarter until June or July for the next 6 months. Is it a good buy, or is it better to exit and shift to something like Tube Investment is my query, sir.
Rajesh, any view here? Should he continue holding the counter or should move to Tube Investments?
See, one can continue with UBL. As far as tube investment is concerned, that again is also a very good story. It's positioned as a diversified growth story, I would say. Strong engineering and metal business. They are moving into EV to a lot of new capex being done, and the valuations are very attractive at 20 to 100 odd levels. So both one can continue, both counters can be kept in one's portfolio. What I would suggest is keep UBL as it is, and if you have extra funds, you can deploy in tube investments.
Okay, all right. So that's the view coming in on where UBL stands. The next question that we have is from Mr. Shankar, who's writing us from Dubai and asking about KFinTech. He's bought 15 odd shares at the levels of 1076 and wants a technical perspective on this counter. Should he buy or average more at the current levels? Nilesh, what would be your view?
Well, not advisable to buy fresh at current level and do not average because the structure appears weak. It has given a breakdown from its long consolidation range of almost 6 months. It was consolidating, and today it has given, in fact, recently it has given a breakdown. Looks like it is heading towards 960, 940 on the lower side. If you are already holding the long position, then keep a tight stop loss at 970 and avoid doing any sort of average.
Next is a caller query coming in from Karnataka. Muttu, you can go ahead and ask your query.
Hello.
Yes.
Sir, good morning.
Good morning.
Sir, I'm holding 3,000 shares of Bajaj Housing. Sir.
Right.
Right. I am sell or hold my shares. Sir.
For short term or long term?
Long term holder, sir.
Rajesh, any view on Bajaj Housing for long term?
Great company, I would say, second largest housing finance company in our country. The shown good growth in the last 4-5 years. If you look at the AUM numbers, they have grown at a good CAGR. And I think the valuations are attractive. Got beaten down since its listing at around 140, 150 odd rupees. It has come to almost 50% correction it has witnessed. So at these levels, one can even add for a long-term horizon.
Okay, all right. So that's the view coming in on Bajaj Housing Finance. The next question that we have is from Jagar Thakur, who's writing us from Mumbai. He's got 4,000 shares of AWL Agri Business and wants a view in terms of whether he should hold or book losses at the current levels. He's sitting on a loss of over 7 lakh rupees. Nilesh, I'll come to you on this one. Do you think the charts anytime will turn positive for him, or should he book his losses? Because that's a significant amount of loss.
Well, the stock continues to remain under pressure since a long time. If you see in the year 2022, it made a high somewhere around 800 to 850, and since then, whatever pullback in between we have seen has got sold into. It is trading well below its long-term, short-term moving averages. The structure appears weak. Sell on right should be the strategy. If at all you get any pullback towards 220, 240, or maybe 250, that's a good level to exit from this particular counter. Because it looks like it is heading towards 190 to 180 on the lower side. So better shift to the better stocks, avoid AWL.
Vimala Nanda from Mysore has a query on L&T. She's holding around 20 shares bought at a price of 3,650. Nilesh, what's your view when it comes to L&T?
Well, I think I can see she's already in the money, so it's better to book profit as of now because the structure appears weak given the kind of a weak setup we are witnessing in the market. So large caps are likely to remain under pressure as well. So L&T breaking below 200 long-term moving average just today looks like it is heading towards 3,700 to 3,600 on the lower side. So for the time being, if bought it purely from a trading perspective, then exit.
Right, okay, so that's the view coming in on L&T. The next question that we have is from Ravi Chandran, who's writing us from Bengaluru. He's got around 300 odd shares of Premier Energy with around 1,000 odd rupees is what he's saying. He wants to know if he can hold or sell at the current levels because he's sitting on a loss of around 83,000 rupees. Rajesh, would you recommend him to continue to hold?
Continue to hold at this point of time, I would say. They're moving a big way into solar and renewable energy things. Doing very well. Order book is also great. Around 850, 860 odd levels, we are time to exit.
Dev from Chennai is holding 821 shares of Jindal World. His average buying price is 8.42 and is sitting on a loss. He wants to know whether should he hold this counter for the next 2 months. Nilesh, any technical view on Jindal World?
Well, Jindal World, I'm not able to, track this particular counter for the time being, so won't be able to comment.
Rajesh, have you looked into this counter, Jindal World?
I'm sorry, we don't track this.
Okay.
All right. Okay. So that's maybe next time you can go ahead and ask this question, and we'll take up sometime else. But the next question that we have is from Lakshmi Narayan, who's writing us from Hyderabad. He's bought 100 shares of Hitachi Energy at the levels of 6,500. He's sitting on a significant amount of profit. Wants to know if he can partially book his profits, or should he continue to hold, sell? What should be the view like? Rajesh, I'll take this up with you. What's the view?
See, if you have no requirement of funds at this point of time, you should continue with the stock. I think 18,000 odd rupees would be a good levels to book partial profit, and not the entire chunk of your holding. But at this point of time, it's a hold.
The next query is coming in from Ashok from Bangalore, and it's on Raymond Limited. He has around 100 shares at an average price of 952. He wants to know whether should he hold this counter or exit. Nilesh, any view on Raymond?
See, I can see Raymond currently trading at 386 rupees. So,
Limited.
Right. Okay, Raymond Limited, which is at 386, right? So overall, the structure appears weak from a short to medium term perspective, and it looks very difficult to see that kind of rebound on the upside. So overall, a sell on rise kind of a strategy should be deployed if bought it from a short term perspective. And if somebody wants to stay put, then keep a trailing stop loss right now at 372. So 372 should be the stop loss. And if you get any pullback towards 420, 450, use that pullback to exit.
Okay, all right. So that's the view coming in on Raymond Limited. We've got our next caller. Pawan is calling us from Hyderabad. Pawan, hi. A very good morning to you. How can we help you today?
Yeah, ma'am. Very good morning. Actually, I have some doubt. EPAC 3-pack technologies I bought at 290. Number of shares is 300. So I can invest more on it.
Okay, got your question. Pawan, I'll take this up with Rajesh. Then Rajesh, the stock is down 3.5% today. But do you think this is the right time to maybe add more, or what's the view like?
I don't think it's a good idea to add this stock at this point of time. Maybe some amount of more correction is left into the around 200 odd rupees would be a better levels to add. As far as existing holding, one can continue to hold for a target of 260 in the next 6 to 9 months.
The next is a caller query coming in from Chennai. Ganpati, you can go ahead and ask your query.
Yeah, I want to know the experts' views on VA Tech Vabag.
Okay.
I'm holding about 1,000 shares at 1,500. It keeps falling despite its fundamentals, so I want to know the experts' views.
Rajesh, any view on VA Tech Vabag?
Very strong company, I would say, doing projects in waterways and water systems. The government focus on Namami Ganga and all these things is helping. And not only domestic orders, they have good international orders too. At these levels, one can even add.
Okay, all right. So that's the view coming in on VA Tech Vabag. The next question that we have is on PN Gadgil. Animesh from Kuala Lumpur is holding 101 shares at the levels of 622. He wants to know whether he can hold, average or sell for the next 6 odd months. Nilesh, your view on this?
Looking at the overall structure, I think it's an avoid. If you get any pullback, use that pullback to exit. It has a support, immediate support at 535. If it breaks 535, then it might test the levels of 500 as well. So use pullback to exit if bought it purely from a short-term perspective.
Next query is coming in from Ram from Chennai. He's holding 3,500 shares of Restaurant Brands Asia at a price of 76. He wants to know the fundamental view. Rajesh, any view on Restaurant Brands Asia given the fact that the promoter is now changing? Do you recommend him to continue to hold this counter?
See, I would say continue to hold at this point of time. Although numbers have been not that great in the last 2-3 quarters, but with the change of hands, let's see what the new strategy comes out. Since he has held for such a long period of time, I would say at least for 1 quarter, continue to hold for new management to give out their strategies.
Okay, all right. So that's the view coming in with regards to where Restaurant Brands Asia stands. Next question that we have is from Ravichandran, who's writing us from Bengaluru, asking about Suzlon. He wants to know whether he can hold or sell the counter. Nilesh, your view on this?
It's a sell from a short-term to medium-term trading perspective, but if a view is long-term, then keep a stop loss at 41. If bought it from a short-term trading perspective, then looks like it is likely to test the levels of 43 and 42 as well on the lower side. So again, a sell on rise kind of a structure from a short-term perspective.
Welcome back. You're watching Ask Profit, the show that gets all your stock-related queries answered. But just before we took the break, we were discussing as to how the market is on a free fall, and I think this is the right time for viewers, you to ask the right questions to us. Do send in your queries. You have your numbers flashing on the screen. You can either call us or WhatsApp us and send in all your queries with related to where stocks are concerned. On this side of the show, we're also joined by Vinay Rajani, who's a senior technical and derivative analyst at HDFC Securities, joining us now. Vinay, the first question is directed towards you, which is from Mr. N. Narayanan, who's writing us from Andhra Pradesh, and he wants to know if currently it is the right time to buy Tata Steel, whether these levels are the right levels to make an entry. What would you recommend?
So our view on the metal sector has been bullish, and still we feel that even if markets are falling like this metal index is showing some sort of resilience, and global developments are indicating that this metal sector should continue to do well. So we have been bullish on Hindustan Copper also previously, some aluminium companies also. Now steel companies also showed some strength couple of sessions back, but because of the market weakness, they have been showing some weakness. But overall, if we look at the primary trend, we feel that metal sector is here to stay. But dips should be bought into. If you are taking a positional view, definitely the stock like Tata Steel, which actually broke out in the last week, can resume its uptrend after some correction. So dips should be bought into Tata Steel. Overall view is bullish on the Tata Steel. Short-term trend is definitely down with the market. But if you are a positional trader, then dip should be accumulated. And for 2 to 3 months, our view on the Tata Steel is bullish.
Next query is coming in from Ayush from Purnia, and he has around 501 shares of IREDA, that is IREDA, bought at a price of 152. He wants to know whether should he continue to hold this counter or accumulate more shares. Rajesh, your view?
At these levels, I think one can accumulate. It's one of the largest company financing renewable power, and that segment is doing very well. These valuations have become attractive after the kind of correction which we have witnessed, can give some good dividend, although it's still on a higher side from when you compare with PFC or REC, but still at least 128, 130 odd levels. I think it's a good buy.
Okay, all right. So that's the view coming in on IREDA. The next caller that we have is Sudha. She's calling us from Tamil Nadu. Sudha, hi, a very good morning to you. How can we help you today?
Good morning, ma'am. I'm holding 30 shares of LTTS at the price of 4,218 for the past 2 years. What should I? The price is going down. What should I do?
Okay, and
the follow-up question is trend at the price of 6,310.
Okay, so that we generally take just one query per viewer, so you'll have to choose between LTTS and Trent.
Okay, sir. Okay, ma'am.
Okay, so I'll take LTTS for you then. I'll take this up with Rajesh then. Rajesh, what's the view like on LTTS? She's been holding this counter for the last 2 odd years with patience. Should she continue to hold?
Yes, one can continue to hold. The strong company, I would say, decent numbers given out in this quarter. It's just because of the market conditions that the stock has been corrected. So one can continue for a target of 4,200 odd rupees.
The next query is coming in from Chandu, and it's on Blackbuck, that is Zinca Logistics. He has purchased few shares at a price of 685 and the current market price is 565. What should he do with these shares is what he wants to know. Rajesh, any view on Zinca Logistics?
Try to exit in any upside. Evaluations are very high, I would say, and company is not doing that great as it was shown in the IPO market. So try to exit on upticks.
All right, okay, so that's the view coming in on Zinca Logistics. We've got our next caller. Karthik is calling us from Bengaluru. Karthik, hi. A very good morning to you. I believe you have a question on Polycab.
Yes, Mahima. Good morning. So I wanted to know, is it the right time to accumulate Polycab?
Okay, and this is from a long-term perspective. All right. Rajesh, I'll stick with you for this one as well. Polycab, what's the view like? Whether the viewer can continue to hold it from a long-term perspective?
See, long term looks very good because of the fact that not only wires but FMEG also doing well. Only in the short term there might be some pressure because of copper prices going very high that would affect margins. But for longer term, it's a good hold.
Right. The next query is coming in from Umesh Gupta from Vadodara, and it's on Apar Industries. He has 75 shares of Apar Industries, bought at an average price of 8,716. He's sitting on a loss. He wants to know what's the view for the next 6 months. Vinay, any view on Apar Industries?
So Apar Industry on the monthly chart has broken down below the crucial support of 7,700 and trading and sustaining below that. So along with the mid cap and broader market weakness, this is also showing some weakness. This month only, in the month of January, month till date, the stock is down by 18%. So still looks weak. As of now, we can say that on weekly time frame, monthly time frame, it is looking weak and it can extend the fall from here. So it is one of the stock which belongs to the broader market, and broader markets are not showing strength. Only safe haven can we can say in the large cap. So Apar Industry can be shifted for if you have a 3 to 4 month view, then better to shift from any from this particular stock to any large cap companies in this particular segment. That will be safe, better risk reward ratio for the strategy. So I would suggest that intraday bounces and some sort of pullbacks can be utilized to shift this particular stock to any large cap stocks in the same segment.
Okay, all right. So that's the view coming in on Apar Industries. We've got our next caller. Anil is calling us from Pune. Anil, hi, a very good morning to you. I believe your question on Eternal.
Yeah, good morning. I want a review on Eternal. I'm holding 2,500 shares at 300 price for, let's say, short term, less than 1 year. Should I hold or book the loss?
Okay, got your question. Vinay is already sitting on a loss of 63,000 odd rupees. What should he do? Continue to hold, considering there's also going to be earnings announcements today?
This is about Eternal, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so relative strength is there. Stock is not looking that weak on the charts. Positional trend is still intact. So on monthly time frame, it has got a chance to bounce back again. So it is one of the large cap companies which is looking better. Large cap companies are looking better to us. So better wait for the result announcements, and then the trend will be decided. Otherwise, what most of the time we have seen that the trend changes after the result announcement in most of the companies. So better to wait for a result announcement. But technically, I see some sort of resilience and less risky stock, we can say, in this kind of market.
Right. The next query is coming in from Afreen from Hyderabad, and it's for you, Rajesh. He wants to know the long-term view on Precall and TD Power Systems at the current prices.
Both are a good hold. One can even buy Precall at this levels. Auto Inc is doing very well. And this kind of correction is given a good opportunity to accumulate for long term.
Okay. All right. The next question that we have is from Krishnan, who is writing us from Chennai. He's got around 100 shares of BSE bought at the levels of 2,700. Should he hold on to it, and what's the target if he should? Vinay, what are your views on the charts, and what are the targets that you see?
Yeah, so technically this BSE stock has got a strong support around 2590. That should be tracked closely because it is nothing but it's 100 days exponential moving average, and previously it acted as a strong support. So this time also it is hovering around that level, and we should give that level as a respect to it. So 2590 should be the trading stop loss in existing long positions. If that that is broken, then we can expect some more weakness in the counter. So that should be the strategy for the short term. 2590 should be utilized to keep it as a stop loss.
The next query is coming in from Arnab from Thailand. He's holding 100 shares of Motilal Oswal, bought at an average price of 947. At the current price level, he wants to know whether should he buy more or wait or book losses and exit. He can hold the counter for the next 2 years. Rajesh, any view on Motilal Oswal?
See, the company has been doing well, although the valuations are a little bit on the higher side. But the correction from 900 odd rupees to 750, 780 odd rupees gives an opportunity to buy for a target of 850 in the medium term. So depending on one's risk profile, one can add at these levels for 850 target.
All right, so that's coming in on Motilal Oswal Financial Services. But Vinay and Rajesh, it's time for our rapid fire round. You both know the drill. Try to keep your answers as short as possible. The first question that we have is from Prashant. He's holding Trent since the level of 4,300. Should he continue to should he continue to hold? Vinay, your view on the charts?
Yeah, so extremely oversold on the chart. So do not short also and do not buy also, because don't anticipate the bottom.
Right.
Let it be with the trend. So it is in a downtrend.
Right, Revati from Pune has around 200 shares of BHEL, bought at a price of 249. Should she continue to hold? What's the trend likely winner here?
Which one? Please come you again, please.
BHEL. Bharat.
Yeah, so trend is looking weak, and the support I can see is around 245.
Okay, the next one is on Kalyan Jewellers. Sanjay Ramesh wants to know if this is the right time to make an entry. Rajesh, it's fallen over 7%. Do you think this is the right time to make an entry?
Avoid, choose Titan instead.
Gopika from Chennai is holding 100 shares of IFCI, bought at a price of 69. Should she continue to hold, Rajesh?
Continue to hold.
All right, so Suzlon is the next one. Ganesh is asking this question whether he can continue to hold at the levels of 18 rupees that he had bought. What should be the view on the charts, Vinay?
45 should be the stop loss.
Siva from Hyderabad is holding 1000 shares of CG Power, bought at a price of 650, currently sitting on a huge loss. Rajesh, should he continue to hold?
Add.
Okay, the next one is on HAL. Siva from Amravati is holding 1000 odd shares at the levels of 5050. From 6 months perspective, can he continue to hold, Vinay?
Yes, can continue to hold.
Pavan from Hyderabad is holding few shares of REC, bought at a price of 500. He wants to know whether should he continue to hold this, Rajesh?
Continue to hold.
Coforge is the next one. Hema from Chennai is holding 15 shares at the levels of 1726. Hold or exit? Vinay, what's the view?
Better to switch it to Infosys.
Gul has few shares of Bharti Airtel, bought at a price of 1688, can hold for the next 1 year. Rajesh, should she hold this counter?
Hold.
Okay, Ujjivan Small Finance Bank is the next one. Rekha is holding 1160 odd shares at the levels of 28 rupees. Can she increase her holdings? Rajesh, your view?
Exit.
The next query is from Sanatan Krishnan from Chennai. He has 100 shares of Bajaj Finance, bought at a price of 950. Should he continue to hold, Vinay?
Yeah, hold.
Okay, Shriram Finance bought at the levels of 993. 100 shares is what Meghna has. Hold or sell? Rajesh, your view?
Hold.
Ramakrishna wants to know whether should he buy Yes Bank at current price, Vinay?
Not because of the market conditions, but the dips can be considered, not at this price.
Okay, Elecon Engineering is the next one. Shubham from Bengaluru wants to know if this is a good time to make an entry from a long-term perspective. Rajesh, your view?
One can buy.
Sivakumar has a few shares of PFC, bought at a price of 397. Should he hold this, Vinay?
Yes, can be held.
Okay, Shriram Pistons is the next one. V Murli from Bengaluru is bought at the levels of 2740. From a long-term perspective, can you continue to hold? Rajesh, your view?
Continue to hold.
All right, so that's the view coming in with regards to where Shriram Pistons stands, and that brings us to the end of this round of Rapid Fire on Ask Profit. But before we end the show, there has been some recovery in terms of where the markets stand. If we can quickly pull up, minor recovery is what we're seeing. We're above the 25,000 levels right now, just 50 points above the 25,000 levels, but still down around 180 points since the start of the day. The Nifty 50 down by about 0.7% is what we're seeing right now. We'll have to wait and watch out for as to how the day ends and how market finds its support and see whether we end above the 25,000 levels or not. But with that, we're completely out of time on this edition of Ask Profit. Rajesh and Vinay, thank you so much for taking out the time and helping us answer those queries. We've answered 60 queries so far for the day.
Not bad.
Not bad.